Right. Afternoon, Shiva.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I can see you and hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So after the interesting morning and afternoon session, now we have a PDA. We want to show a child with a PDA. Ravindra, can you give a patient details?
Good afternoon to all. The next case is about a kid who is 1 year 6 months old, asymptomatic, normal newborn period, normal growth and development. Incidentally detected to have PDA. An interesting history is that mother underwent PDA ligation in 1989 at the age of 2 years. On examination, the child weighs 10.2 kgs, mild pallor, high volume pulses with a saturation of 98%. There is mild cardiomegaly and a grade 3/6 continuous murmur in the left upper sternal border. Chest X-ray, the cardiothoracic ratio is 55% with normal lung vascularity. The ECG shows LVH with volume overload, Q waves in the left chest leads. The echo showed dilated LA and LV with trivial MR and trivial TR, 3.5 mm restrictive PDA shunting left to right with a peak systolic gradient of 80 mm of mercury and end diastolic gradient of 21 mm of mercury with good biventricular systolic function. Here are some of the echo pictures showing LA LV dilatation. The next picture. Then the PDA. The next picture. Next. Okay, thank you.
Shak, are you hearing us?
Okay, Shiva, we see you now.
Yeah. So as the protocol for us is we don't take arterial puncture. We do a venous puncture. We enter the pulmonary artery, cross the PDA, and we put in a sheath across the PDA, and through the sheath we make an angiography. We tend to avoid completely an arterial access. The hemodynamics that we had, the right atrial mean pressure was around 8 millimeters of mercury. The right ventricle and the pulmonary artery had a systolic pressure of 50, and the aorta had a pressure of 110/50. Pulse pressure was 60 millimeters of mercury. The next step that we do is through the side arm of the sheath, we make an angiography. Here the angiography is almost completely occluding the ductus. I'll withdraw the.
What size sheath is that?
It's a 6 French Mullin sheath, the Cook Mullin sheath. So I'm going to withdraw it a little bit more and make another angiography now. Show the previous angiogram. Show the previous angiogram. Yeah. So it is somewhere around the posterior border of trachea. Let me make another picture here. Yeah, it's almost completely occluding the ductus. So a 6 French sheath with its outer lumen will roughly be around 3 to 3.5 millimeter. So I agree with Dr. Ravindra's echocardiographic report that it is a 3.5 millimeter PDA. I think a 6/4 PDA device should be fair choice. The options that are available, we could have chosen multiple coils if there was.
Shiva, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a quick question, and that is, do you ever come across spasm in the duct in this sort of approach? Because you're not using arterial access.
Yeah.
You're crossing the PDA with a wire and catheter.
Yes.
And what happens, or have you come across spasm as being a problem?
Yeah, we have seen spasm, but very often the size of the device we will be deciding based on our echocardiographic dimension. So in the rare event the PDA is looking very small in the angiography, we will still go by our echocardiographic measurements in a smaller child. But of course, the situation will differ in an adult who doesn't have a good echocardiographic window. In a small child of 1 to 1.5 years, when we have reasonably good pictures, we tend to believe the echocardiogram a lot and try to do the size assessment primarily on echocardiography. And so we don't give.
Show of hands in the audience, those who take a venous approach rather than arterial access, pure venous approach. Anybody in the audience?
Come. Device.
Can you? I can't see you, but So you never take an arterial approach. If you press the microphone, so are you relying on the echo measurements purely on the measurements of the duct purely on echocardiography?
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, as Dr. Shiva told, if echo pictures are very clear, we tend to avoid arterial
Okay.
punctures.
Omar, you said you would as well, or not? Just speak.
So we occasionally go only venous, especially when we have young children, and young it means like less than 5 kilo. But what I like to do is to go in the PDA anterograde with a pigtail catheter, so I get a better picture of the PDA. And if I cannot get a good picture, then I use the echo to give me some idea about the form and measurements of the PDA.
All right, so Shiva, you've got a live tech ductus occluder, I think, is that right?
6'4" duct occluder. So it is almost like an Amplatzer duct occluder, not much of differences. So what we do is, we come by the pressure guidance. So we open out the aortic disc. Now you can see that the pressures are shown. So I come back till the mobility of the aortic disc reduces. So now the mobility is slightly getting reduced. At this point, slowly I start peeling back. We can appreciate that I have come into the pulmonary artery on the pressures. So now I advance the device back into its original position. At this position, I make a second angiography and observe a long levophase which fills the aorta, and thereby checking the aortic position also. I'll show that now. So we wait for the aortic levophase. Show the picture again now. Freeze it. This is the aortic levophase. You can appreciate that the device is on the anterior wall of the aorta. Are you able to see, Dr. Shag? It's a little faint. Are you able to see that?
Yeah, it's not very good. It's a bit faint, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So now
you don't do echo in this sort of position when you've got a device.
Actually, the angiographic picture was so good that I am happy. I'm going to release the device and I will show you a next picture where I'm going to show the levophase. Now I'm releasing the device. So at this moment,
and the release mechanism is just a screw one, isn't it?
Yeah, the same like a duct occluder. Right now I am going to make another picture, and this picture hopefully should show a much better levophase. Freeze the picture and show.
Yeah.
So just go frame by frame and show. So the entire aorta is almost clearly visualized, and we can appreciate fairly a good position. We can do another angiography in LAO 3030 in order to see the branch pulmonary arteries, especially if the branch pulmonary arteries were a little smaller.
Now, knowing that you've not used the arterial access, what do you do about heparinization here?
Usually we don't give heparin. However, in this particular child, we gave heparin because we were with the access for a little longer because of the transmission.
Yeah, okay. Here, the branch pulmonary arteries look good, and now you've got a reasonably good visualization angiographically of the descending aorta.
Yeah, go back.
Can I make a comment about, I mean, even if, when you do this angio in the right side of the heart, you still can never be sure that the device is not protruding too much in the aorta. And that's why I always like to do an echo at the end of the procedure, at least to know where we stand.
Yeah, Dr. Ramya is now showing the echo. Can you show the echo live? Yeah. Echocardiography, ductal view. Yeah, make the picture larger. Yeah, color flow. That is the main pulmonary artery.
Okay, so
Show the branch pulmonary arteries, short axis. It looks like the ductus is reasonably closed off.
yeah, there's no leak.
Yeah,
And just show us the aortic arch view
yeah.
as well.
Suprasternal. Giri, put his hand under the shoulder. The child is on just sedation with a small dose of ketamine, is spontaneously breathing. Little bit lifted.
Just at the moment, take the color off.
Color
Just
off.
show us the aorta.
Make it little bigger. Yeah. Now color.
Okay, so Omar, what do you think of that?
So you see, there is probably some protrusion, and then of course the color will confirm it or not. I think
Put
there
a
is
put a
clear
Doppler.
protrusion in the
Doppler.
aorta, which happens often.
Freeze it.
It looks okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep running.
Any other questions from the audience or comments with this technique, slightly different from normal?
Dr. Omar, you now see that when I tilt the probe a little bit towards the right side of the aorta, the device sort of disappears. Remove the color. Make the same large picture.
You're right.
So as I
No,
tilt,
we noticed from the start, your first angio, that the PDA is not as it should be usually horizontal. It's more to the lateral side of the aorta. So sometimes it confuses us. But I think the device is fine. I'm not saying anything.
yeah,
And there is no gradient, so you should be happy.
yeah. So thank you, Shaq, and we will join you 2 hours later with the coronary AV fistula session. Shaq?
Okay, right. Thank you very much. That was an excellent, different method. Yep.